everyone, welcome back to a new sewing video. Today I'll be sharing with you guys how I made this tote bag that I wore in my previous video. You guys seem to like this one as well and also wanted to see how I made this, so I made another sewing tutorial for you. It's pretty similar to my previous sewing video actually. So here's what I used to make the bag. You will be needing a pair of scissors. I used a canvas cotton for the fabric. This is a thick cotton which is perfect for making tote bags since it's very sturdy. I bought this at my local fabric shop, but feel free to use any type of fabric that you might have at home or want to use, as long as it's a bit of a thick material because you don't want your bag to rip off while using it. Then I have some thread in the same color as the fabric, a strap that I also bought at my local fabric shop, and last but not least, a sewing machine. This one is super old, but it still works since you only need something that can stitch your fabric together. Alright, so the first thing I always like to do is to draw all the pieces that I need on a piece of paper. Here I have a front piece, a back piece, a side piece, another side piece, and a bottom piece. On the right side I wrote down all the measurements, and this is pretty similar to the mini tote bag, but everything is just a bit bigger. And this is also a square size bag that makes it also a bit easier. For each piece I also used 2 pieces, and you can pause the video here to take some notes. Alright, step 2 is to cut the fabric. I already cut the fabric, so we're gonna count all the pieces. There are 2 front pieces and 2 back pieces. There are 4 side pieces, 2 left sides and 2 right sides. And last we have 2 bottom pieces. And now we're gonna start sewing. So first you want to connect the front to the bottom piece. I took the 2 front pieces and 2 bottom pieces, and then I put the bottom piece on top of the front piece, just like that. And then you want to sew a straight line over there and make sure to leave some space on the left and right sides. You will be needing that for later for the corners. And now you will have something that looks like this. Step 4 is to connect the back to the bottom. I'm taking the bottom piece on the back piece, just like that. And then we're gonna sew a straight line over here. And also make sure to leave some space on the left and right side. And now you will have something that looks like this. This is the inside of the bag. If you flip it over, this is the outside of the bag. Here you can see the spaces that I left on the left and right sides. Step 5 is to connect the sides to the bottom. I'm taking my 2 side pieces and lay it like that next to the bottom piece. And we're gonna repeat the same straight line that we did. Make sure to leave some space open on the left and right sides. Step 6 is to sew the corners. So what you want to do is to grab all the corners and pointing it up just like this. And then for the side piece, you want to fold this in half just like that. I just call it a pizza slice, but here you can see the tip of the pizza slice pointing up, and then you want to sew a straight line where you left sewing. And if you sew the straight line, make sure to sew along this tip in order to make a corner. This is pretty thick to sew since it has 3 layers. If it's too thick for your sewing machine, you can also hand sew this part. Now we sewed one side of the corner, we're gonna grab the other part and grab it like that, and then also sew a straight line, and then make sure to sew along the tip of the corner. If you flip the corner over to the outside part, you can see that you made a corner. And then you just want to repeat this process on each corner of the bag, just exactly the same. Here I'm showing again how I sew the corners. So again, a straight line. Make sure to sew along the tip and then repeat it on the other side as well. This is probably the trickiest part of sewing the bag, but once you get it, it will all make sense. Now that we've done the tricky part, it will be much easier from now on. So we're gonna connect all the sides together. You want to sew a straight line from where you left halfway to the top and repeat it on each side. And if you flip it inside out, you can see the shape of the bag already. Step 8 is to measure your strap. This part is different for everyone. I took a bag that I already made and measured how much I need for the strap. But what you can also do is take the bag that you are sewing, pin one side of the strap on the side of the bag, put it on your body, and then flip over the strap and just check how much strap you need to fit the bag. I like it when the bag is a bit high on my body, so I just eyeballed this part. Actually, it's different for everyone since it's a custom made bag. Step 9 is to sew the strap on one side first, but before that, for the side piece, I fold the two pieces both inside and then put the strap in between, just like that. And sewing a short line just to attach everything together. But we're gonna sew on this part again later on. In step 10, we're gonna fold the other tops inside. So for the front and back pieces, I just rolled it up like a pancake. So I didn't fold both sides inside. I took the two pieces and rolled it 2 times. And then I pin it. Last time I used a steamer, but pinning also gets the job done. So here I am pinning the bag to make sure everything is in place and all the top pieces are the same length. And for the other side, I fold it like this, just like how I did on the other side, so I can put the strap in between the side. Step 11 is to finish the sides. So you folded all the top pieces and now you can finish sewing all the way up from all the side pieces. The bag is almost completed. Step 12 is to finish the strap. So here on the other side, there's a little gap where you can put the strap in and then just sew a small straight line to just attach the bag, because in the next step, we're gonna sew over it again. So this is the last step and we're gonna sew 2 straight lines on the top of the bag around 2 rounds actually. And this is just to stitch the top parts together, and that's basically it. And now you have your own tote bag. This is the finished product. This is also a second version that I made. This is how it looks on body. The first version, I made it a bit higher, and you can also see that it's pretty worn, and once you start wearing the bag, it will get a bit slouchy and shape the way you want. You can also sew extra pockets on the bag, or you can also use a zipper to close the bag. Just be creative and just have fun when you're gonna sew. If you're gonna remake this bag, please make sure to tag me on Instagram. I would love to see your version of it. And make sure to also check out my other sewing video of the mini tote bag in case you haven't watched that already. I hope you enjoyed watching this tutorial. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you will have a great day, evening, or night wherever you are. And I'll see you in my next video.